Okay, guys, this is trying to do this a second time. This is the production team notes. I'm going to go through the slideshow as quickly as I can, not get to elaborate because I am limited on how long it can be to try to upload this to YouTube. So, the production team. You have at first the producer who makes all the final budget decisions about the budget, schedule, personnel, and ads. They are in charge of the money. They put money into the show in order to make money. So they have a budget that they keep with so that their profit margins are high. Then you have the director who stages the play, determines the style of the play, and the rehearsal process, like what order they are going to go in as they rehearse. Then you have a composer. If there is music involved in the show, you might have a composer who writes the musical score for the production, especially if it is a musical. And then you have the playwright who writes the script. Notice how playwright is spelled. That is the English version of to work on or to make. So the playwright makes or works on the script. But notice how the change. It's just a fun fact for you guys, especially if your last name is Wright. Then you have the choreographer. So if it is a musical, they compose the dances to advance a storyline, interpret the emotion, and enliven a play. Even some plays have choreographers for light dancing if necessary. Assistant director assists the director in tasks of scheduling, research, rehearsals, and casting. The stage manager is responsible for the scheduling, info exchange, and smooth operation of rehearsals. So the stage manager, this info exchange, if you notice how the arrows are going to go down, they are responsible for anything that the director or assistant director says in rehearsals that has to get passed on to those people. Like the stage manager is the point of contact. Next, you have the technical director, who is responsible for the coordination of all the below technical areas. So the stage manager and the technical director talk the most. And then you have the house manager, who that's hired by the producers, or it's above their pay grade, but they are still someone who communicates with the stage manager once the show opens. The house manager is in charge of all the audience areas of all performances and responsible for the comfort and safety of the audience. And then below them are the ushers, which are members of the house crew responsible for seating the audience members, making sure that they sit in the right spot if it was assigned seating. Publicity director. These people are the main reason people come see the shows. Advertisement. If you're in charge of, they are in charge of getting the information out to the public about upcoming and ongoing plays, which means that anytime you see an ad on TV, hear it on the radio, see a board, if you see it, posters on the wall, in newspapers, magazines, online advertisements that just pop up and get in your way of watching your YouTube videos, those are all things decided by the publicity director. It's marketing. Okay, if you want a marketing degree, you can still work in the theater world. They need you. Publicity crew is a group of people in charge of making those posters, programs, and pictures designs for those flyers. Now, below everyone, pretty much the bottom of the totem pole in this hierarchy are the actors, because the actors are just the ones telling the story, but they wouldn't have a story to tell if they didn't have the support of the tech. So the actors develop the roles for the performance through the rehearsal process. Then we start getting into the people who actually matter. The light designer, who designs the lights for the production. Then if below them you have the light board operator, who runs the lighting control board. Also, if you have if you want to do lighting design, it's recommended that you have electrical engineering background, or you have some sort of electrician's license, because you will be rewiring stuff at high level heights. Then you have the sound designer, who designs all sound, including live and taped effects and recorded music. And of course, the sound operator, who makes sure all the equipment, operates all the sound consoles and reproduction equipment. They are constantly checking to make sure that that is working and functioning and playing correctly during the show. Scenic designer designs the physical elements of both the stage and the setting, and below them you have your set crew, which is responsible for building the set for the production. Prop master is in charge of purchasing, borrowing, and building of props. And why there are 3 on there, because I'm not going to buy 15 basketballs if I decide to do High School Musical. I'm going to go over to the gym and ask the coaches, hey, can I borrow 15 basketballs so I can save some money in my budget? and also keep track of them. The prop crew is that group of people who are in charge of all those props for the play and responsible for setting and striking all the props. So the setting means putting them where they're supposed to be before the show starts, and striking them means removing them from the last place that they were in order to replace them correctly for the start of the next show. When you have shows on Broadway that are running 8 shows a week, that means that that prop crew is constantly moving and reproducing or recreating or fixing, replacing those props and putting them where they're supposed to be for the next run. Makeup design. A lot of you guys are interested in this. They design, create, and oversee all makeup for the production, including special effects makeup and special enhancements, like maybe they need a prosthetic nose, or they need fake eyelashes, or like crazy hair designs, like wigs fall under both makeup and costumes, so they kind of work together on a lot of that stuff, but like scar makeup, cuts, bruises, things like that, that's all part of the design team. And if you are an actor who needs to have any of that special stuff done, you're usually assigned a member of the makeup crew who is in charge of applying all that makeup on you during the production so that it's done correctly every time. Then you have the costume designer who designs the clothing worn by the actors. The clothing, not costumes, because once the actor puts them on, they become that role, so they're no longer wearing something fake. It's actually a part of their reality, and that's why we call it clothing. And then the costume crew is the group of people in charge of all the costumes for the production. That includes cleaning and repairs and fixing or letting seams out, taking things in as the actors grow, especially if the show's a long run. But all these people, like, the show would not work if the costume people weren't there. The show would not work without the makeup artists or the lights. You know, an actor performing on stage and you can't even see them, that's a big deal. So we want to stress how much the tech side of everything is important. So I've gone through the entire slideshow. Hopefully that helps you.